everybody. Thank you for joining me again. Welcome back. I'm glad you guys made it this far. Today, we're going to cover a great foundation strum. It's what's called a triplet. This strum is actually the foundation for other really popular strums like the quadruplet and the quintuplet strum. I'm just going to go ahead, like all of our videos, we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. Form sort of like a pistol in your hand. So almost like an L shape like this. And I would say the difficulty level on this is about maybe getting into the intermediate level. So if you're just starting, you might want to check out some of my other videos. But if you're ready to dive in, let's go ahead and dive in on this awesome strum. So what you want to do is strum with your index finger like you normally would. Right? And if you saw my last video, the strumming with is part 2, you know that I like to strum on these last 4 to 5 frets up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right where the that fret marker is. And the reason for that is it's just a little bit smoother and easier to strum in that area. And what you want to do is just kind of lightly rake the back of your nail here. Okay. Just doing a simple C. And when you think you're comfortable with that, the next motion that you're gonna do is gonna involve your thumb. So right after you hit the that downward stroke, you're gonna follow immediately with your thumb stroke, and that's just gonna be right. Maybe get used to just strumming with your thumb alone by itself. Just till you get familiar with that feel. And then you want to make that L shape or that pistol shape, and then try with the index finger immediately followed by the thumb downstroke. Takes a little bit of practice. And you want to keep this fairly rigid enough so that it can do a So when you think you're comfortable with that, what you want to do is you want to immediately follow with an upstroke. Okay? Just like that. Upstroke. So just try it all in succession here. We're going to try to speed it up a little bit. I don't like to do too much motion, up and down motion of my forearm, because that just tends to, you tend to lose a little bit of momentum that way. So I just like to keep my forearm kind of stabilized, mainly acting as a brace so that I can brace the ukulele against my chest, my body here, like this. And I want to keep it as stationary as possible. And I just want to have this kind of turnkey motion like this, like I'm turning a key into a lock, okay? About the triplet, and you might not be able to hear it now, is that like I mentioned earlier, it's sort of the foundation of another great well, a couple of things that you can do with the triplet as a foundation. At the end of a song, that's basically a really sped up version of the triplet. Or you can do, like I mentioned before, quadruplet, which I'm actually going to cover that in a separate video, the quadruplet strum. But this is just so you can sort of like a teaser of what it sounds like. So that's the quadruplet strum, and we're gonna cover that in the next video. Like any of my strums, what you wanna do is just basically practice and practice and practice. Lock yourself in your living room couch and just keep practicing until you can get that fluid motion. And if you're new to this channel, go ahead and make sure to subscribe right below. Please be sure to subscribe and hit notifications so that you can know when I come out with more content. And of course, if you got anything out of this video at all, be sure to do a thumbs up. And I'd like to hear your comments. If you have any comments, that's the only way that I can grow as a teacher, is by listening to what you guys have to say. Feel free to let me know if you liked the video, if you disliked the video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Aloha.